So in today's video, I'm going to talk about how you can write beautiful Markdown files for the documentation of your system. So I don't want to only talk about how you can create this beautiful documentation or comment for your method, but how you can build this MD file, which is Markdown files, and which can show all this kind of flow. So I have this product called NGO Lab. So it's a platform where you can do a task-based interview. So in this platform, you can give your candidate a real sandbox in a real cloud environment by just one click. So that's the system. And the system is quite complex. A lot of functions are involved and a lot of tables behind the scene in the database get updated. So I wanted to document all that. So I was writing this MD file, and then I created this PowerPoint diagram where I'm showing which function is calling which function and how the tables are getting updated. And I wanted to put this thing in MD file so the documentation remain next to the code. So one way for me is to take the image from this PowerPoint and put it in an MD file, but I thought, why don't I give it a try with my OpenAI? So this is what I did. I took this image and said, use this image to create a flowchart which I can use in MD file. And it gave me this output. Tells me here that this Markdown is for Mermaid. So I didn't know about this. So I took this code which is generated by OpenAI and downloaded this Mermaid extension. And now I can go ahead and see this flowchart in my Markdown. So I was not knowing that you can do things like that. I got very excited, so I thought I'll share it with you. The other thing I see, of course, how to create the documentation of your any function is very simple. You take this function here, document create AWS user function, and it starts creating. It writes very nicely all the steps involved. You can take, cut and paste this, all the steps, and put it in comment. Unfortunately, when I was doing here inline, it was not giving me the same answer. So that's why I have to come into the chat UI. So here, as you can see, there are multiple different functions are involved. So that's why I have to do a little bit manual work to create this kind of image and then ask ChatGPT to create a Markdown version of this. But if you have just a function and you want to create a flow for that you can just do this. So let's say create a flow diagram of caller and callee for function create AWS user. So I copy this flowchart and just go ahead below and copy here. Remove this and see here. Now as you can see, it is drawn a full flow which function is calling my create AWS user and which other functions is called by this method. Now this is a beautiful way to document all the flow of the functions which is calling this function and this function is calling which other functions. And this all can be in your Markdown file. So when you want to make any change, you can come here and change that and it will show here in the diagram. So this is the 5-minute AI hack. Hopefully it helped you the way it helped me. Thank you.